Most business owners only think about contracts after something has already gone wrong. That's the most expensive mistake you can make, and today I'm going to show you exactly how much it costs and how to fix it before it happens to you. Here's a number worth remembering. According to the American Arbitration Association and several U.S. small business surveys, the average cost of a contract dispute that goes to litigation runs between $15,000 and $90,000 in legal fees alone, before you even count lost time or lost relationships. Meanwhile, a properly structured contract usually costs between $300 and $2,000 to set up. That's not a typo. You can prevent a $90,000 problem for the price of a decent laptop. This video is for freelancers, agency owners, consultants, contractors, and small business owners who deal with clients, vendors, or partners on a regular basis. If you've ever sent an invoice, signed a deal on a handshake, or used a contract template you found on Google without reading it properly, this is for you. If you already have a lawyer on retainer reviewing every agreement you sign, you probably don't need this video. You're already ahead of 90% of small business owners. So what does it actually mean to structure a contract? It's not about making it longer or scarier. It's about building a document that clearly defines four things: what each party is responsible for, what happens if someone fails to deliver, how disputes get resolved, and how the relationship ends if it needs to. Most contract disputes don't happen because someone is dishonest. They happen because two people had different assumptions about the same agreement, and nothing in writing settled it. Let's look at the demand side of this. The U.S. Small Business Administration estimates that over 33 million small businesses operate in the United States, and a large share of them work with independent contractors, vendors, or freelance talent. Separately, the American Bar Association has reported that contract disputes are among the top 3 reasons small businesses end up in civil court. Demand for contract clarity isn't going away, it's growing, especially with the rise of remote work, freelance platforms, and cross-state or cross-border agreements where verbal understanding just isn't enough anymore. Now let's talk about what it costs to actually set this up properly for your own business. Here's a minimum startup cost breakdown for someone building a basic contract system for their small business. Item: low estimate, high estimate template contracts, drafted or licensed, $100, $500 attorney review, one time, $300 $200 signature software, annual, $0 free tier, $180 document storage /CRM, $0 free tier, $300 business registration check /compliance, $0 200 miscellaneous, revisions, notarization, $50 $150 total minimum investment, $450 $530. Let's break down where that money actually goes. The biggest single expense is attorney review. You don't need a lawyer to write every contract from scratch. That's expensive and unnecessary for most small businesses. What you need is a lawyer to review one solid template per contract type you use, like a client services agreement, a vendor agreement, or a non-disclosure agreement, and confirm it's enforceable in your state. Once that template is reviewed, you reuse it. The e-signature and storage tools are what keep things organized so you're not chasing paper signatures or losing track of which version someone signed. Compliance checks matter if you're working across state lines, since contract law isn't identical everywhere. Monthly operating costs after setup are usually low. Expect somewhere between $0 and $50 a month if you're using free or entry-level e-signature and storage tools. If your business scales and you're signing dozens of contracts a month, budget closer to $100 to $200 monthly for a proper CRM and document management setup. Now, income potential. This isn't a product you're selling, it's risk you're avoiding, so let's frame it that way. Conservatively, a small business that structures its contracts properly avoids at least one serious dispute every 2 to 3 years, saving an estimated $15,000 in legal costs based on industry averages. Realistically, businesses also see faster payments and fewer scope disagreements, which industry estimates suggest can improve cash flow by reducing late payments by 15 to 25%. Optimistically, if you're an agency or consultant who builds contracts into your sales process, clear agreements can actually become a selling point, signaling professionalism that helps you close higher-value clients. Break-even here is fast. If your setup costs around $1,000 and it prevents even one mid-sized dispute, you break even immediately. Most businesses see the value within the first 6 to 12 months simply through fewer payment delays and faster client onboarding. The biggest mistakes people make: using a generic template without state-specific review, not defining a clear scope of work, leaving out payment terms and late fee clauses, skipping a termination clause entirely, and assuming a contract is set it and forget it instead of updating it as their business changes. Here's where the opportunity is. Most small businesses either have no contract at all, or they have one generic template they've used for 5 years without updating. There's a real gap for offering contract systems specifically built for freelancers and small agencies, not big corporations. Differentiation comes from simplicity, plain language contracts that protect you without sounding like a legal textbook, paired with a digital system that makes signing and tracking effortless. Step by step, here's how to start. First, identify every type of agreement your business actually needs: client contracts, vendor contracts, NDAs. Second, get a base template for each from a reputable source or attorney. Third, have a licensed attorney in your state review them once. Fourth, set up a digital signing and storage system. Fifth, create a simple internal checklist so every new agreement goes through the same process before it's sent. This is where the right systems matter. A clean contract is only half the job. You also need a reliable way to send, sign, store, and track every agreement so nothing slips through the cracks. That's where a CRM or simple workflow system becomes essential, especially as your client list grows. If you want this set up properly without spending weeks figuring it out yourself, SoftAngles can build and implement a website, CRM, or document workflow system tailored to how your business actually operates. You can book a free consultation and get a clear estimate. The link is in the description below. For marketing this as a service, online methods include LinkedIn content about contract horror stories, short-form video breaking down REAL clauses, and SEO content targeting your niche. Offline methods include partnering with local small business associations or co-working spaces. On a low budget, start by offering a free contract audit to 3 existing contacts and ask for referrals. To scale, package this into tiered offerings, basic templates, reviewed templates, or full done-for-you systems. The challenges are real. Contract law varies by state, so what works in Texas may not work in California. Clients sometimes resist signing anything formal, especially in informal markets. And contracts alone don't prevent disputes if they're never enforced or referenced when issues come up. Do this: keep language simple, define scope and payment terms clearly, include a dispute resolution clause, and review contracts annually. Don't do this: copy a contract from another industry without review, leave payment terms vague, or skip the termination clause thinking you'll never need it. So is this worth doing? Yes, almost universally. This isn't optional infrastructure, it's risk management that pays for itself. If you're a freelancer, consultant, or small business owner working with clients or vendors regularly, you should have this in place. If you're a solo hobbyist with no clients or contracts at all yet, you can wait, but not for long. If this helped you see contracts differently, subscribe for more practical business breakdowns like this one. And if you need help building the website, CRM, or document system to actually run this in your business, book a free consultation with SoftAngles using the link in the description.